This HAN Network video is brought to you by KARL Chevrolet.
It's Monday, March 28th, and this is your coffee break news update on the HAN Network. We're outside New Canaan High School right now, taking a break from our spring FCAC tour to bring you the area's latest news, including that a few days after a fatal shooting rocked a quiet Bethel neighborhood, there are still many questions surrounding the details of the incident. Bethel police said Saturday that Charles Cristofalo was the man killed in Friday afternoon's shooting at 11 Governor's Lane. According to the News Times, 56-year-old Ty Pham and 68-year-old Ann Cristofalo, whom neighbors said was Charles Cristofalo's wife, were also shot and injured at the home. On Friday, police said the three victims were found in separate rooms with gunshot wounds. Bethel Police Chief Jeff Finch said that along with the man who died, there were life-threatening injuries incurred by Pham, and the woman, Ann Cristofalo, was expected to survive her gunshot wounds but was also injured. Police said Friday the shooting was being investigated as a domestic dispute and that weapons, including a gun, were recovered from the house. And in other news today, a former New Canaan resident has pleaded guilty to a scheme that defrauded investors of more than $1.3 million. John P. Jeffrey, also known as Tucker Jeffrey, 48 years old and formerly of New Canaan, currently living in Denver, Colorado, offered individuals the opportunity to invest in Anchor Shipping and Trading and Southern Cross Shipping, representing to victims that the companies were organized in the Marshall Islands, were engaged in the cargo shipping business, and had long-term contracts that would support a profitable international shipping business. However, instead of using invested funds as he had promised, Jeffrey used the vast majority of the money for his personal expenses, including paying the mortgage on his New Canaan home, tuition at private schools, country club dues, and home renovation and landscaping costs. As part of the scheme, Jeffrey created bogus documents that represented that certain well-known executives in the international shipping business were involved with the companies, when in fact those executives had no such involvement. He also emailed and telephoned his victims, falsely representing that the companies were profitable, that the victims would soon be receiving distributions from their investments, and to reassure victims when payments were delayed. Jeffrey faces a maximum term in prison of 20 years and a fine of up to $2.6 million. And what was supposed to be a cherished Easter tradition turned into a mess after pushy parents caused a scene at egg hunts over the weekend. Saturday's event at the visitor center of the candy company Pez in Orange drew hundreds of people, some of whom reportedly ignored the rules. Event organizers placed more than 9,000 eggs on 3 fields with the intention of having staggered start times for each age group of children. But Pez officials say parents didn't wait. Pez, in a statement, apologized for an unfortunate situation, adding that the actions of a few turned it into a mess. They said, "We sincerely tried our best to create a fun, free activity for everyone to enjoy." People who attended the hunt took to Facebook to comment on the Easter egg hunt, calling it a joke and blaming greedy parents for ruining the hunt. The event ended early, but no injuries were reported. And finally, a Milford Mirror reader sent a photo of a political billboard on the Boston Post Road near High Street that has a somewhat amusing typo. The billboard reads, "Governor Malloy, try brining companies into Connecticut, vote Republican." No word on who paid for the billboard or if the typo has since been corrected. But that does it for your morning coffee break news update. You can follow the FCAC Spring Tour on Twitter at HAN Network CT, and we'll have another news update for you this afternoon.